Okay, so today we are diving into a series that I think really weaponizes cognitive dissonance.
That's a great way to put it.
We're talking about Isshou Senkin, which is a star, strike it rich in English, and you see the creative team Sandrovich, Yabako, and MAAM, and you think you know what you're getting.
Right. You expect a Kengan Ashura DNA for sure, the brutal fights, but then you get MAAM's art style, which is almost It looks like how heavy are the dumbbells you lift?
Exactly. It's that clash. You've got these cute girls in school uniforms and then just bone-shattering violence. It creates this tension right from page one.
That visual gap, as you call it, is definitely the hook.
But the story itself, the engine here, isn't just a tournament. It's basically a business drama. It's about a startup.
A very, very illegal and violent startup, yeah, called Valkyria.
And it's founded by these three women who are, for lack of a better word, washouts. They aren't in it for glory or honor.
No, it's about the money. Pure and simple. They're trying to get rich quick.
And the dynamic of the founders is just perfect.
Yeah.
Because they cover the three pillars of any good underworld operation, right? You've got muscle, logistics, and the law.
Let's start with the muscle, Nozomi Tenma. Crusher Pegasus.
Yeah, she's sort of the tragic figure here, a legitimate pro-MMA fighter, but she had to retire, detached retina.
So she's too broken for the big leagues, but she can't quit the lifestyle, the adrenaline. She gives Valkyria its fighting legitimacy.
Then you have the logistics, Hanamitani.
The Hana yakuza. And I love that she's not your typical, ruthless yakuza boss. She's more like a stressed-out project manager.
Totally. She's always worried about the bottom line, about making payroll. She brings the connections, but also all the anxiety.
And then the third pillar, the wild card, Ichika Iori.
The dirty cop. And I mean dirty. She's not just bending the rules. She's incredibly violent and corrupt.
She's literally using her job in the juvenile division as a scouting agency for their fight club.
It's insane. But this is the thing. They aren't starting in a vacuum. The market is already cornered by this other group.
The Slaughter Coliseum.
Right. And they're run by this absolute sadist, Sugaya Inoue. They've got the money, the venue, the psychopathic fighters like the Senna sisters.
So Valkyria is the scrappy disruptor. They can't compete head-on. They need a nuke.
Enter Hina Hongo. And this is where that visual dissonance just goes off the charts.
She looks like the sweet, innocent high school girl. The class president, maybe?
But in the ring, she's a monster. And we have to talk about her fighting style, Rikudo. It is not karate or jujitsu.
No, it's almost body horror. It's all about manipulating her own tendons. She basically winds them up like a spring to release this explosive power. Think Fejin, but taken to a biological extreme.
It's how she can have such a small frame but hit like a heavyweight. And it ties directly into her backstory. She wasn't born a prodigy. She was made.
She was raised in that cult, the God's Army.
And that right there is the big sign that we're officially in the Yabakoverse.
Absolutely. This whole idea of a gu ritual, of raising kids in isolation and forcing them to, kill each other until only the strongest is left, that's a recurring theme for Yabako. Hina is a star child.
Which places this whole story in a much larger context. We're sitting somewhere between Kengan Ashura and Kengan Omega.
And it's not just little Easter eggs. The connections are structural. We see Kurishi Mitsuyo, a top-tier grappler from Kengan, show up to train Tenma.
Which is so important for power scaling, right? It tells the audience that, yes, these fighters are on that level. They can hang with the Kengan-verse characters.
It grounds the whole thing. But the chilling part is that Hina isn't the only star child who survived.
No, we've already met another one, the destroying star, Rei Shinonome, and the story hints at others, a general star who runs a prison, a supreme star leading their own cult.
It completely changes what the story might be about. We think we're watching a story about an underground fight promotion.
But it might actually be a proxy war between these super soldiers, with the ring just being the arena.
Which is a terrifying thought.
So that leaves us with something to chew on. We know there was a teacher behind this whole Star Children program. In this universe, there's always a shadowy organization pulling the strings.
Always.
So if Valkyria succeeds, if they become the biggest female fighting organization in the world, are they just building a bigger, better stage for this teacher to watch his weapons fight to the death?
Success could be the worst thing that ever happens to them.
A chilling thought to end on. That's all for this deep dive. We'll see you next time.